Alright. I think that's working. Looks like it's working now. Alright. So lots to do today.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight. Have you ever stopped beside the road to smell the rose of life? Take a breath now. Don't in too long. Cause you've been out on life's short little song. She's saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live. Don't let it go. Ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live. Don't let it go. Got one life to live, don't let it go. Can you let go of it all tonight? Or will you
So this is gonna be the inner lining
through and ignore the words inside? Take a breath now. Don't hold it in too long. Cause you'll find you're missing out. A last short little song. She's saying,
sword on top of like
you've got
stone.
one life to live.
Generally
She's singing,
so it's gonna retain
you've got
shape.
one life to live. Don't let it go.
We got some padding.
You've got one life to live.
Oh, okay. DB. Welcome back. Sorry I've been away so long. Been busy. And plus, like the stuff I was doing in the workshop, I didn't think was interesting to watch. Put some stuff together, so these things with the lining that's going to go so we recreated some traditional helmet lining we're going to put into this helmet. So we recreated it. It took a long time to do that spiral. It's just a simple stitch spiral. You may remember us making like the helmet mold before. So we just basically sewed the lining on top of that, and now it's naturally holding like a hemisphere shape. So now, we just go sew it. So we have previously last week we made some drill holes. So these are going to be our stitch seams, and we just stick it in there. Oh yeah, everything's well. I'm also trying to organize the video I have planned. So this is like a strength ring. So we'll try to put that together. So this is like the cover of the screen, but as you may have noticed, it's like a little too big. So I'm gonna print off another thing. But that's like the first prototype of the ring that we had planned. It's really big. It's like basically a knuckle buster. So I've redesigned it a bit. It's just going to be thinner. It's still going to be just as long. I'm going to slowly, hopefully have some time on the 3D printer today to drop those hopefully by the time we come back to the workshop, the ring will be ready. Just put the electronics in there and start filming on this. Can't hear the music. Work that out. Is that better? I hope that's better. Like, I think I adjusted the audio before. Is that better? The Savage Woes, welcome back. Full armor when you're done with. Yeah. Oh, we did some off-camera work as well, so we're even further than this. Let me just show you something. So off-camera, because I thought you guys would be pretty bored with just me doing stuff, but spent some time on the armor as well, and it's in a fully wearable state. So we're putting the finishing touches on. As you can see here, like we've finally got the Kusari like laced on to the main body, and then to make it more silent, because like this is a thing that they did. Basically, they lined the back of the plates with like fabric. So what we've done here is that we just hot glued some wool on the back of these plates, so they still flex and everything, but when they move around, it's like really silent. So we can kill people in the darkness. So people can die and in silence. So just to compare like what it sounds like without the lining. So this is like halfway lined because we ran out of glue. But as you move around in this, very, very clanky. But this is the after effect. Right, not as clanky. So this is the before and after effect. So we'll be able to bring this to games soon. So it's, oh yeah, and it's wearable. So we also attached, fixing ropes to tie the armor together. So I could actually wear it right now. I'll wear it right now. I think as a welcome back special, I'll wear the armor. So I did like a test fitting to make sure all the ropes are tied on at the right length. So get hyped, put on the armor for. So we can actually wear it now. It's all done. But I'm planning to put like more lining on the inside. But I needed to get all the fixings done first. So that I need to get all the fixings done first before I start hot gluing everything into one piece. I don't know if this is how they actually put it on, but it works for me. So you do the collarbones first. You can get rid of the fiddly bits. You do the collarbones first, and then you lock it in place with the sliding frogs. So we just slide that down. Okay, so now that it's taking most of the weight, you can now just tie this shut. A simple dead knot will do fine, and the ropes are thick enough for you to unpick it later. Right. And that's it, put on. it is now, we are now like fully armored, right? I wonder if I should put the extra stuff on. So there's like brass nipples that you put on. They're literally tassels. So we actually have like extra bits for decoration. I think I should put them back on because I still have them. But they're basically tassels. So you know, stripper samurai. Just gotta figure out how to open the can. And they're like totally noticeable tassels. They're like stripper tassels. And I'm not joking, that's literally what they look like. So yeah, I'm still questioning whether I should put them back on the armor. I took them off because I needed to repaint the stuff properly, but this is like one of the nipple tassels that go on. So it's just a brass pin and a shell and some rope attached. But it's like a split pin and it goes on your nips like that. So I think I have two. I wonder where the other one went. Maybe, oh wait, maybe this is for the top of the helmet. So this is the red tassel that comes out of the top, I think. But I'm not joking about, you get nipple rings. I'm just trying to find where the set of nipple rings went. Oh, here they are. So yeah, they're just nipple, like, yeah, this is it. So they're just simple rings that go on your nips. So it's got a split pin. You put it inside. So yeah, these are the nipples that I'm missing. So really simple brass fitting. And you have a set of these. This is just, it's pure decoration. There's no with the nipple rings. So they just fit on like that, and you can see the holes are pre-drilled because that's where they were before. But you basically just put the nipples back on. It's the Batman and Robin. I think it's here. That's not a hole. That's just dirt. That's just dirty. Yeah, that's just a scratch. Yeah, you put the nipples back on like that, and you just have rings for nipples. So a lot of the armors had them. So yeah, I wonder if I should have put them back. So yeah, we saved the pieces. But I'm quite happy, you know, to have like undecorated armor. That's good enough. But knowing you and Reddit, you want the nipple piercings back. I don't know why, like, Japanese armors just had that as a feature. So Batman, like, the George Clooney Batman wasn't the first. They weren't the first to do it. Samurai armors had them, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just to, like, separate out the, maybe it's like a status thing. It's like, oh, look at mine, I'm so rich that I can commission the blacksmith to put nipples on. So... But yeah, we made a lot of progress, so we're going to be working on this later tonight. Just pushing it forward. Happy days, like we got all this armor like ready to go. Well, it's on the tail end, put it that way. Anyway, we're slowly driving it forward, and hopefully Kay will be able to see it at games very soon. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Not just for the nipples. Right. Wow. 1 a.m. Oh, sorry, DB. Like, it's just when I'm on, but I don't know if I can fix that. Hopefully, as I get more popular, I'll open up more streams, so streaming sessions. So I'll do it during the day. Will you be adding chainmail to it? Yeah. So I got like, so as you know, I've been working on the brass chainmail, and that's gonna go on the arm. We got the needle. We're now just gonna stitch the lining on around the helmet. It's probably not the strongest way to do it, but I'll do several lengths. We back, boys. Waste of resources and time. Build real armor, please. It is real armor. That is real armor. It's made of steel. And this is how they put lining onto helmets. Foam inside, padding it, but generally same principle. Generally same principles. The world isn't ready for such power. The power of brass nips. I agree. Is it galvanized steel? No, it's just mild steel, but it's painted. So, but the other armor I made was galvanized. So if this is your first time here, I've made another set for like the full competition level. One for full contact, the other one for like just fancy dress. So this is the one we're working on right now is fancy dress, but it still meets a lot of the armor specs back in the day. So it's just that when you go out to medieval festivals and want to participate in those tournaments, the tournament organizers like have enforced a higher degree of safety. So to participate, the armor you wear has to be better than what was historically used. So to put in perspective, the armor, this is 0.8 in width, thickness. The ones that are required by competition safety, that needs to be like 1.2 for like your non-vital parts, and like 1.6 for your vital areas. So that's like head, elbows, and knees. Needs to be 1.6 millimeters. But yeah, so it literally has to be 30% more safer than what was used historically. So, but this fancy dress armor is, but because there's like a thickness that you need. So we're just gonna begin the stitch. But because like there's a minimum thickness you need to enter like modern day medieval competitions, the thicker it is, the heavier it is. So there has to be a good balance between. So you can't just go. There is a limit to how much weight. And also like the fighting component is that the heavier your armor, the less. I think I'll do this like a cross stitch. So I'll stitch one side, stitch the other side, and do it in quadrants. So like you won't be able to last very long if you're carrying around 3 tons of metal on your back. It's just a matter of tiredness and like how hard it is to move in your armor. So there has to be a balance. So people usually just go with the minimum safety because you don't really want to fight with more weight than you have to. So, but that current safety margin is 1.2 millimeters or thereabouts for Australian type medieval competitions. So if we want to participate, we just have to abide by the rules. That's how it is. Alright, we're just gonna stitch this a couple of times. So this is how they did it in Japan as well. They literally just drilled holes into the helmet itself and then sewed the lining directly onto the metal. Just gonna do this a couple of times so it's nice and strong. Should be using something like wax thread. Oh yeah, so this is like a public, so this is like a workshop. Anyone can come and visit and make things. I'm one of the organizers here. So that back there is Scott, and he's what, the secretary and treasurer? Okay, so he's vice president of this little dictatorship. Yeah, and he's I think your specialities are laser cutting and 3D printing.
Laser cutting and CNC.
Oh, CNC.
Plus, I do 3D printing.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've finally mastered. I have mastered everything in this space except for CNC routing. Are you cleaning that off? Well, you have to like protect it again with grease so it doesn't rust. So is there a point to cleaning it off? Okay. Well, make sure you apply like some kind of oil on it after. Well, we just got it. All we have are paint. You have grease? Oh, but that's a lubricant. Is it? That one's a lip. Yeah, okay. I don't know, like, because certain WD-40s just dissolve it and then you clean it off and then, you know, that doesn't leave like a protective coating on it.
Yeah, I forget what they call it. Precisely.
Yeah, well, degreaser. So I don't know, like it's kind of an all-in-one solution, but I don't know if WD-40 is actually used to.
It'll definitely protect coating.
I do have like a block of wax in the car, so you just scrub it with wax.
Yeah.
If you like. So I don't know. Anyways, catching up on chat. We are building real armor, so I don't know what you're on about there, Scumlord. This won't stop the bullets. Actually, in the day, like, they did develop samurai armors to be bullet resistant. So,
It's delicious.
I think it's called Tame Gusoku. Yeah. So, which is bullet tested armors. But bear in mind, it probably won't, you know, stop any of the calibers we know today, but it did stop musket balls, so it was bullet resistant, and that's how I think that's one of the reasons Tokugawa Ieyasu was able to unify Japan, because he was open to new ideas that came from the Europeans. In this case, muskets. He implemented muskets and had a standing army, so it wasn't just based. Because samurais you could only be a samurai if you were of nobility, but he nationalized his armed forces. So basically, he didn't let pride get in the way, and he allowed peasants to become foot soldiers, which basically gave him more combat power because he now had standing armies instead of a bunch of nobles who are few in number. So yeah, one of the he was open to new ideas. So he broke away from Japanese tradition and was able to implement some new ideas, which gave him the edge on in unifying Japan. So samurai armor did stop bullets. They really did. So yeah, because he was open, he also incorporated European armor designs into a standing army. So I think that type of armor is called nanban armor, which was basically European, which was basically short for European armor. So, anyway. Alright, I'm just gonna finish off this stitch. It's kind of awkward because the helmet is kind of curved. 1, 2, 3. Oh, right, sorry. Oh, you can put it in that bag if you like. And it's not just Scott here in this space, there's a couple of people around. Actually, building armor is not that complicated. In fact, it's really easy to make Kevlar if you want it. If you know how to do paper mache, that's basically Kevlar. Except instead of using paper and paper mache, you use layers and layers of Kevlar. Really easy to make Kevlar armor. Really easy. But nowadays they use ceramic plates, I think. Because like the calibers are getting way too punchy. Getting way too good. There's not many armors that can stop bullets for very long these days. It's just the penetration power is quite considerable. Okay, so we have one of the stitches down for the helmet. I think that'll hold. Okay, so I have one stitch going. I'm gonna do the stitch on the other side. It's not neat, but we'll get the job done. Not meant to be bulletproof, not that kind of armor. Well, there's an easy way to, not get shot, and that's just vote in politicians that are for gun control. But, you buy armor that is most suited for your environment. In the case of Australia, we don't have guns, so most of the time it's stabbings and punchings. I think that's it. Yeah, it's mostly stabbings and punchings. So this armor would be effective in Australia, but in America, no one can save you if you're in the US. Maybe escape to Canada, and then I think that's the only way. You can only escape to Canada, and then Japanese armor will be effective again because gun control in Canada. You would go to war with me? Alright, let's do it. You and me in the parking lot right now. I'll throw a fridge at you. Your move. The gladiator was not very happy to receive this. He was a sadiator. That's right. Maximus Sadimus. That's a mode that can go on a Crisis Armor, Maximum Sadness. Forget maximum speed, forget maximum power, maximum sadness. That is a very useful mode to have in a Crisis Armor. And also, like, there's something to be said about it all depends on range. To have fire, like, the advantage of firearms is range nowadays. But if you don't have range, and if you're fighting in, like, indoors, swords could be better. For one, like, because you're indoors, the range, you're closer together, and you could miss. Whereas swords, you can immediately just start slashing and hacking into people, and it doesn't run out of ammo. I think like the range, the tested range, for like a firearm versus like a blade is 13 feet. So if you're closer than 13 feet, the sword wins, because the sword could just stab you within that range before you have time to even aim the gun. So it's all dependent on range.
Solar flares arrive. Buildings collapse. Only a few will survive.
Nah, this is just a random selection of songs.
The world as we know it
I care about Japan.
will no longer be there. Water is gone.
This armor is based in Japan, so
Era has begun.
that's the whole reason why we're making it.
Prepare yourself.
There's not enough Asian representation in the medieval communities around here, so gotta change that.
The apocalypse.
Live by the sewing needle, die by the sewing needle. The sewing needle is just a small spear. And bear in mind, you know, hypodermic needles are still needles. Could you make a juggernaut suit? Probably could. I wouldn't make it out of metal though, because despite working with this, and this is like steel and everything, despite making some steel armors, they generally take a lot of effort to shape and fabricate. So if I were to make like a juggernaut cosplay, I would try to make it out of lightweight materials. So we're probably talking like EVA foam, maybe some crafted parts. So yeah, generally wouldn't be made. I wouldn't attempt to even make that thing out of metal, because like you got to think about what you're going to be using for. So if I were to make a juggernaut cosplay, it'd probably be for like conventions and costume parties. So therefore I wouldn't want it to be very tiring to wear. So generally I'd go lightweight, but I'd go ham on the on how it looks. So I would definitely like try to make it look nice and paint it and weather it, so at least it looks good when you get close. But materials wise, I wouldn't make it out of metal. It's too hard. All right, we have that stitch on the other side, so we're gonna do the stitch on this side. And then we'll just stitch all around. So it's coming together. So we got a stitch here and a stitch here. Just remembered I'm gonna have to like cut into this material. I'm gonna have to drill through it so I can get like the holding pins. Let's sew this on first. Everyone asks, what am I doing? Not how am I doing. I'm not doing very well, man. Life isn't good. But you know, if people could read, they would know what I'm doing by reading the title. The title is there. You could just read the title and understand what I'm doing. You could. It's an option, it's there. Alright, so yeah, so just because some people can't read the title of the stream, we are sewing the lining or the inside of the helmet. Sewing the inside. So this is the lining, the material lining that goes over the inside. Generally you want the helmet to be fairly comfortable to wear. Well, generally you want it to be comfortable. Which is why, like, they sewed that stuff together. Just having trouble locating where the hole is. What the heck? There it is. So yeah, we're just slowly stitching this together. We just got some thread and we're just making stitches. And we're doing this because we previously drilled holes into the side. So we're sewing the material directly onto the middle. Works, I suppose.
Where do I go from here? Where do I go? Oh, I could be all it is you need, 'cause we are trying to find a way to feel. If I could sleep, I'd dream of what we'd be, but I can feel you slip further from me. Oh, it makes it hard to be when you are all that I want, but don't have.
Okay.
And I'll run into the sea.
Looks fairly strong.
Follow this heart that escapes me. It escapes me. And I'm lost.
Finish off that stitch.
All I was and become. Everything. All I want.
Okay, so we have 4 sides. Oh wait, we have 3 sides stitched in. So it's stitched here, here, here. We'll stitch the final side. And then we'll stitch all around.
I can't wait forever. Old habits are hard to break. I'm losing faith. Maybe we're better off this way, but I'm still forgetting me. All I was and become everything.
Is it plugged in? Oh, it's good. Nice. Cool. Just finish off that stitch, and then we'll be ready to stitch around the whole helmet. Crap, it broke loose. Oh well. You can stitch around. We'll stitch all the way around. And it will be secure. Okay. So we stitch it in 4 places, holding it in quite nice. Now we're just gonna stitch all the way around. Internet had came back. I know, right? Well, it's better than most days. Usually I just get dead silent, so something is better than nothing right now. You should see Reddit. I'm going crazy on Reddit. Oh, my thread. Yeah, I'll be fine. Huh? Wish list. Robot vacuum. Or, you know, we could just make a robot vacuum. What, scale it up?
Yep.
That's ambitious.
It is.
Oh, you're making the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, right, okay. Alright, time to stitch all the way around this helmet. Alright, start from the beginning, I guess. Hey. We do. Behind the thing. Not sure if it works.
Yeah, it does work. There's a...
Behind the buckets. Behind the buckets. Behind the rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a welder.
It's a welder. I don't know how it works though. And I don't...
You don't know how a stick welder works? You don't know how that...
Yeah, I've never used that one before. So I don't know how it works on a technical level. Yeah.
So he had his joint, just because started the stick, and then he laid it down and put the timber over the top. And it just worked from one end to the other. Timber up.
Wait, what?
So you know how a stick welder works?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you've got your two metals,
Yep.
down at once, you arch it, then you grab this piece of timber, you lay this down, put the gun like that, put this timber over the top, put it sit back. It just doesn't arc all the way, it arcs from start to the end. Then he picks it up, flips it off, picks it up.
I'm gonna have to see a video because that sounds amazing. Huh. Hacks. That kind of works, yeah. Because like you're using the wood to like block the arcs, and it only allow it to pass through a certain area. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. In theory, yeah. Huh. Well, you're gonna give it a go.
I reckon my hand's got a natural shape that I'll probably get the six-pack looking naturally.
Huh.
But a TIG weld, I'm with a TIG weld, it's all about. Especially when you're doing a vertical arc, and you have a six-pack.
Well, give it a shot. Yeah, maybe.
One of the guys downstairs doing the sales run, he does a fair bit of welding and helmet. Oh, you've got it. Well, that's the most thing. You've got it.
It's not approved PPE.
What do you mean?
It's quite out of date, this PPE.
Your helmet?
Yeah.
No, you're welding.
I don't have one.
No, that's Glenn. With the battery pack one? Yeah.
Oh, is he the one?
Yeah, he's got the battery pack. But yeah, I remember you were talking to the guy.
It's like $300 to get one of those. Huh. Huh.
And you wear a full hood, just breathe on fresh air.
Oh, cool.
I've got a factory up here that I treat every Friday night. Bolts.
Huh.
And my mum says,
Yeah. I can imagine if you're doing it like a lot.
It's weekly, so I'm just going to have to wipe it.
Tax deductible. Yeah,
You've got to spend it to get part of it.
sure. You'll get it at a discount. Reddit is for the young people. It is indeed. It's getting close to the edge. Like, you mean the lining? Yeah, of course it is. We're stitching it in.
Now here we stand and hover on the edge. We're just a drop in time. I feel like gave you every breath I had. Even forgave your crime.
It's not the neatest stitch work ever. Ow. Keep pricking myself. Oh, close to being finished is what you meant. Oh, okay. I mean, we still got like a couple of bits to go, but let's see, what do we have? We finished the body. We have the thighs ready. I still need to do the shoulders, so the shoulders need a bit of work. The arms are, I don't know, halfway there. So we gotta still do the arms, and then I gotta do the shin guards. So shin guards have to be made from scratch. The samurai armor set did not come with shin guards, so I have to like build those from scratch. So I would say, like we're 60% done. Oh crap.
I'm not going to do it.
What are you doing?
Oh,
What are you not doing?
cut off sort of too short to be held in by both teeth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't do that. We kind of ruined that stitch. Might have to do it again. Or just hope to God it doesn't unthread itself. I'm gonna like, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't unthread itself. I wasn't concentrating, I wasn't pulling the entire stitch through. So we had like loose loops that didn't really do anything. It's kind of messy on this side, but it's still holding through. Guess we could always fix it later. Oh. It's not meant to happen. I pulled it straight through the material. Hopefully we'll like... Well, now that we've learned our lesson and we're getting better at stitching this together. So I'm hoping, I'm banking on the fact that we'll make the following stitches stronger. By making the following stitches stronger, Even though we made some crap stitches. Even though we made some crap stitches, the stronger stitches will do all the work. So it's not the end of the world. Man, like, I'm just looking at some of these stitches. Some of these are just shocking. But later on, we're going to be sewing like a leather cover on top, so you won't be able to see it. Only the people watching the stream will know the ugliness the shame that we're hiding underneath the covers. What needs doing for the shoulders? So general shaping and repainting and sewing together, and also lining the shoulders as well. So I can show you like a couple that are at different stages. Shoulders. So the shoulders are like really easy. That's the cool thing about Japanese armor. Is that once you know how to do like the lobster tail weave, you basically know how to make the whole armor. You don't have to do specialized stuff in shaping all the different pieces. None of that stuff. Everything's a shutter guard. Everything's a roller shutter. So this is a shoulder that is, you know, straight. Doesn't have any repairs, so it needs a lot of repair. So we got like a lot of battle damage here and here. So we need to hammer those out, reshape it, and repaint it, and also relace it. The laces are also pretty old, and you know this lining is pretty shit as well. So we're going to cut it all off and fix it up. So we got to disassemble it first. We're going to salvage the plates. So this is a shoulder we prepared earlier. So we got rid of the battle damage. We got it repainted. We have several stages of repainting. Some of the finishes on this are really crap. I don't know why. But once it's repainted like this, we can then lace it back and then it'll be ready. So this is before and this is after. So, you know, just general repairs. So those are the shoulders that are in progress. Plenty of work to do. A lot of work goes into samurai armor. Who knew? So yeah, that's that one. That's kind of the work that's left on the shoulders. Just general repairs and relacing. I need to figure out why the paint isn't settling properly on it. I think I used two different paints. That's probably the reason why. I used two different paints. Flat white. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I used two different paints, and that's why some of the plates are shiny and some of them are not. So I'm gonna have to redo those with the proper paint. So I mistakenly painted those with the wrong paint, and some of these have dried flat white and some of these are glossy. And some of them have both. So the shoulders are not shiny today. I think I'll have to redo these. Especially this one, it just doesn't have a smooth finish at all. Have to sand that down. But looking at these, I don't need to do that much. These two are fine. I just need to re-spray paint these so that they all have a consistent finish. Also have to sandpaper some of this. Alright, I'm just gonna paint these quickly. They just paint over it, I think. They need the right finish.
Let's play.
Alright, so I need a bit of a redo of the paint, but that's on its way now. Anvils, useful.
Indeed.
Experiment. Really fun.
Are you making a rivet?
I think I'm just going to screw it. At first, this was going to be either on the there.
Let's see.
Not too bad, is it?
It's not too bad.
So it will easily rotate, so I think
No, you're almost there. Like I'm not seeing the looseness you're talking about.
if you rotate the bolt,
No, that's easy.
yeah, bolts with the pin over and
Well, use the ball end. So the strength comes from mushrooming that out.
okay.
So you want to peen the ends and making it round.
So the ball went right on the edge, right?
Yeah. And then you do it all around and around until it tightens.
The key is not to miss and hit the plate. So if I hit the plate,
Loosens it, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, what you're basically doing now is creating a rivet. You're closing the rivet.
Which is feeling pretty good. That's feeling alright.
Yeah. So you just gotta like hammer the edges of that, and the more you hammer, the more it grips.
Okay.
And just keep going until it's like a nice, tight, solid fit.
Yeah. That's it. Mushroomed over a bit, right?
Yeah, that looks pretty solid. And this is ball peening, and that's how you're supposed to use the hammer. You use this hammer to close rivets.
That's not good. Or you
Well, the closer you have your grip, the more control you have. And the further away you have your grip, the more power you have.
definitely don't need power at the moment.
Yeah. That looks good. Try it now.
Try it.
Yeah. And that's the basics behind riveting.
Probably a few laps that way.
Uh, nah, like, don't overdo it.
This is more, right?
Yeah, definitely is. You only use the flat edge if you want to like smooth out your, Damascus hits. So like, usually when you're doing a flat surface, using the peen will shape it and it'll stretch things out. It'll leave like little dents in it. And then you use the flat end to get rid of all the dents by flattening it out.
Right.
But you don't need to do that with a rivet.
Stay alright.
Yeah. And then you could just cut the nut part off.
Yeah, I just got the outside and then to work it
And then you can use the bench grinder over there to smooth it off once you cut it. Easy. Easy metal work. Eight by 8 VC163. This is a bot. Right. If you say so. But why would a bot announce itself as a bot? Yo. Is the power ready? Can we 3D print again?
Yes, power's all that.
Are you serious? Okay. I might go downstairs and quickly get a print off. Unless it's being used. Probably being used by now. Just gotta check quickly. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I need to trigger off for like a print.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you've got a full sheet in that process. I hear the power's done.
Yes.
Yes? So where's the new sockets? Oh,
Well, one's where the old one was, and one's behind.
Ooh, nice. So can I like print off something there? Yeah, sweet.
Well, I'm not quite sure what
All right. Apparently, beauty print is free. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing the 3D printer, but we have a 3D printer downstairs, and we're triggering off a build right now. So perhaps I'll come down later so you guys can see if it's working. 8,000. Okay, I'm gonna export the G code. I'll import. Ooh. File import main housing. Face. Hey James. Nice. It's on its way. All right, cool.
Far away from
Okay. All right, we're back. We just had to go downstairs to get the printer started. Scott, it's okay. Like the got the printer off. They finished the power downstairs. Whatever. Yep. I don't know. I think I kind of cut in line, but he didn't print it, so he may have cut in line. No, I may have cut in line of like as in, yeah. But he's just been standing around for like the past half hour. So I'm like, okay, well, if you haven't triggered off your print. Does it look good? Just general cleaning. Yeah. Well, for a burr, you would use a you could use the grind wheel, or you could use a file. You know, you could use the grind wheel for that, like taking the burr off. But anyway, but the brush is really soft. Usually, you could use it to get paint or rust off. It leaves an alright finish. General cleaning. Roughness is usually to do with the stone grit. Redressing is usually like the shape of the wheel. Is it not flat? Is it too pointed? You know?
Yeah,
Could be just, yeah, how coarse it is. But like there's other wheels there. You could swap them around. Done what? Did you make a mistake? What did you do?
Oh. Should have been over there.
Oh. Oh dear.
Yep.
Or, if you thought about it the other way, you riveted it on the wrong side.
Precisely. I think that's maybe what I
Oh well, you got like another piece.
did. Yeah.
Lessons learned. Or, you know what, you just mount the lock inside out. Yeah, that's right. So it's not usable.
Not sure. I'll have to check. It might be the right side.
Is that your previous attempt?
No, that was
The original?
Another similar one. But that's going straight down.
But not bad. You made that from scratch.
Exactly. I'm impressed. So now I know exactly what to do. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not really bad.
Metal's not easy to work with. Alright. Where is the stitch? There it is. Alright, we're slowly stitching it on. It did about that much. About one little line there. About that much. The stitches are getting neater. Or at least I hope they are. Yeah? So what, even if it's on the opposite... Oh, you made a new one?
No, same one. So, I think just see.
Yeah, not bad. Fail fast. I thought the Japanese had a magical way of attaching material to metal, but all they did was drill a whole bunch of holes inside and then sew it.
Yeah.
I guess that works, but I thought it'd be more magical than that. Thought they would use like some kind of like glue or like maybe they did some fancy metal work, but nope, just sew it on. Huh? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it still has thread.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I just think, possibly it might catch as you kind of rotate.
Yeah. But we have more bolts that are exactly the same size.
Yeah.
So if you want to use more bolts, you can. I mean, you can always take off the thread with the. Come on, Scott. We have machines. Yeah. Along with Hack the Planet. There's no tactical way to reload thread. Alrighty. Ugh. So what's with the new lock? Why do you need one?
Trying to keep things alike. Barrels are all the same,
Oh yeah.
but they're not necessarily like.
Hmm.
Oh, a little bit of metal work. Make it work.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
Take my hand and we'll go away to a different levitate. No control over where we go, but we don't care to know. Ignorance is bliss. Your tears are gone, and they drifted back from where they came, and they will not be missed. Look up and feel the shifting winds tossing us around again. Hold tight, you're ready to begin. And just levitate.
Made a nice little stitch line across there. Made several stitches actually. Hope it holds strong. Oh, thanks for the silver. Really appreciate it. You're evolving? Maybe. Did you catch what I said about the shoulders earlier? I don't know if I responded in time. I basically just need some paint and some repair, like reshaping and some relacing. So it's gonna be like a good, like maybe 4-hour job. But it's cool. It's fun. Alright, slowly sewing all of that together.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.
Okay. Slowly making our way across. So we're about maybe a quarter of the way done. I'm adding a lot of stitches, like a lot of rounds to the material to hold it in. Then afterwards we gotta like, so this is like a leather belt that I purchased. So after all of that's fixed on, we're gonna use this leather belt to line it as well. So this is gonna go on top of the, so once we've stitched it all in, we're gonna cut it off, and then we're gonna use this leather, and hopefully it won't be too tough, but we'll plan to like bend it around, like in half. I might have to wet it with like some water. The idea is that we're going to bend it in half and then stitch it around in the same way. Except we're probably going to use some... This is really thick. So I don't know, maybe I think I need to shape this with some water. So it's really tough right now, but the idea is that we're going to get this leather, and then we're going to make a rim on the outside with this leather. It's really tough. So yeah, we'll see. I might end up not using it. Might end up using something else. But this is the like I hoped. It seems really tough, but we're just going to bend this in half and just hammer it down and soak it in some water so it's easier to bend. But the idea is we want to like lip the edge of the helmet like that, put some like stitch holes through, and it'll be a rim. So that's what this leather belt is for. We'll do that once this is done. So we're going the whole 9 yards, and not skimping out on the construction. So once we have the lining in, we'll line it again with leather, and then usually like in Japan they would use deer hide, but we don't have any deer around here, so we're going to stick with, I think that's just cow leather. I don't think I have the tools to make that thinner, so let's see what we can do. That's another stitch done. Slowly making our way around the helmet. Alright, see ya. No worries. Now we only have like 30 minutes left. There's plenty to do. I think I might actually take the helmet home and like sew it at home off camera. Yeah, lots of ribbon weaving. Well, you know, I wonder if I can actually fit that leather. That leather feels really thick, but I'm hoping by soaking it in water and hammering it down, we'll be able to like fold it in half, basically. Okay. So, I think that's what I'll do. I'll just finish this stitch up here, and then just prep this to go home so I can do this off camera. But that's our progress so far. So we have like stitched in like four supports, and then we've started to stitch it around the side. So when we eventually wear it, I hope it's wearable and it's not too bad. It's like, yeah, this might be a bit tight. I think I've ruined some stitches over there. Yep, so that stitch has definitely come off. So it's as I feared. We kind of like stitched it a bit too shallow, but it's giving us the support we need. So I think it's good that we failed fast here. So yeah, it just needs a bit more depth. And I think we can definitely do that. So it's not too late. We only did like 25%, but it feels alright. Feels good, actually. Okay, we just got to make sure we sew in a bit more depth towards the end there. But generally feels good, feels comfortable. I don't need that anymore. But yeah, that's the progress we did. Like this line here. Feels comfy. Alright, well we actually kicked off a 3D print downstairs. So I guess I'll show you. It's supposedly like maybe half an hour into the print, so maybe it's already got a fair bit through. So let's take a look. Did it break? What happened? Oh, so... Oh. Oh. Guess it didn't work out so well. I did remove the plate to get rid of the previous print to take it off.
I usually print the first. The line is just said. Just as if.
Is it just not the right height? Was it supposed to be? No, that's Bruiser. Yeah. Okay. I just gotta re-slice it. So how do you cancel the print? By the way. Oh, so you just press the button and it goes stop print?
So re-slice with the printer, you should be.
Alright, sorry.
Yeah, watch that first layer. As long as the first layer goes down okay, then you're pretty right. But never assume the first layer is going to go down okay.
Man.
That's what it is.
Okay. Alright, so seems like we had a misprint there because we had the wrong settings. So try this again. Alright. Well, now you can see it from scratch. So here's the 3D printer. We've sliced sliced it together. Basically, we saved programming instructions on the SD card. See if this works. Okay, so we're initializing a print. It's heating the bed. Numbers are going up. I don't know how hard it's supposed to go.
Don't know how long we've been out here, and these nights are getting shorter. Like a energy I'll conquer in my soul. This is real. These nights are getting shorter. In my soul.
Alright, it's starting to print now. Let's hope that the does the first layer right. I think it's calibrating the Z-axis just to see how far down the plate is. Well, it's printed a line. Looks like it's gonna take, 6 hours to complete this thing. This monstrosity. James, do you wanna, is that good? Could I borrow you for a sec? I mean, it looks clean, but that corner over there looks kind of.
Sure.
You reckon?
It's probably a little bit hard. This is where you can live adjust this there. But as long as it's.
I mean, like it did the whole circuit. Yeah.
That's good. I'd probably start it. So
What did it start on? I mean, it calibrates the Z before it prints, right? So, does that not work?
that calibrates the distance between the sensor and the bed, but wherever we put the sensor and we assemble the printer isn't always going to be the same height and everything, alright? So that's why you do the separate Z calibration that I ran before.
I see. Okay.
But anyway, see, that's pretty good now, so I think I brought it down a little bit. Stop the print. Push up. Flaps floor.
Oh, so that's where the spreaders were.
What you could do with that is a bit. Yeah, see that looks pretty good where it was putting. It's a bit low there actually. That was where I was mucking down with it. I probably took it down too low.
Yeah.
Brought it back up, but that looks about right. So you've only got one run of skirt around that, or have you got multiple?
What do you mean?
How many lines of skirt do you have?
I think it's one.
One. I usually do 3. Just because that's where you can do these little fine adjustments before it starts printing. So let's maybe slice the model again. Blend it up later.
Might need to pull out the whole thing. Might be ejected.
Through that shelf there. So let's do skirt.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, James.
3 loops of skirt. And then slice. So now we got 3 around there.
Yeah. You need to pull out the whole assembly. Sling ring G code. Yeah. Oh, okay, so that's how you tune it with the skirts and.
So I usually, I like to have some skirt just so you can watch it, because like the humidity can change that gap, so between every print, you never know if you need to just tweak that gap a little bit.
So what's
Usually you don't.
so when you adjust it up or down? So when you adjust it up or down, you kind of want like a little bit of gap between.
So you want to get a nice beaded filament, but it's not too stiff like when you were printing too hot. Like you don't want it too squished and flat as well. You just sort of want a nice bead that's laying down and
Okay.
hold on well. Yeah, that's basically what you're after. So that's where you look for.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still learning how to.
Yeah, well, this is all stuff with the pressure, right? You don't have that with old school printers. You just have to get just that gap every time, right? So as for example, you have to go around and go, oh, is it right there? Is it right there? Is it right there? And adjust your that one.
Sounds like a pain.
It is. It's a pain in the ass. Yep. It's enough to drive you insane after a while, which is why I only ever print this one. Once you get used to autos at bed leveling, it's at home. You can't go back.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. Sorry, I walked off the first time.
That's
Like I
all
thought it was good.
So,
Yeah. Learning.
it's all an experience, yeah. Alright, we'll see how that goes.
Cool. Thanks. Right.
Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't wake up next to me. Yeah, I'm incomplete.
That looks like a good beat.
I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete. Yeah, I'm incomplete. Hey, 'cause I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty
Said we're looking at how squished that bead is, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty solid.
But it won't be long before I realize it's a picture in my head, And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete.
That's a good gap. Alright, I think it's finally printing properly. It looks a lot better. This ring is gonna be one massively huge ring though. Yeah, off it goes. So eventually, it's gonna. So eventually, it'll look like this. This is what we're trying to print. So it's the sling ring. It's gonna be a massive ring, but see how it goes. Not bad. I think it's good now.
Good?
Thanks, James.
No, you're welcome, mate.
Whew. All right. I didn't make the brass rings I wanted to make today, but we have plenty of work to go on for this. To go on until we're back here on Friday. So we'll just be working on this helmet for now. We'll work on the helmet for now. I guess we can leave the leather here. And that's going to be a thick brim. But I'm hoping with some water we can convince this leather to like bend in half. Yeah, we'll save that for Friday. Then we'll have the helmet done. I guess we'll pack up for now. That a flamethrower is over on the right. No, it's a Nerf rifle. It's not a flamethrower at all. But we're about to finish up. But thanks for joining us, Carbonics. So this was an earlier prototype that we tried to print, but it's too big. Basically, it's just too big.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my
Yeah, it's basically it's just too big. So we're printing a revised version downstairs.
can't stop it from shining through. It's true.
But the decals turn out all right.
If you believe it's true.
But yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll be back this Friday, back in the lab. See you then. Thanks for joining me.